All right, guys. Care package came in the mail today from PrimeWeld. This is their Cut 60 plasma cutter. They had seen that I was working with their Cut 50 on the 1000 SP, and they reached out and wanted to send me the Cut 60. This was an incredible surprise, and it just came in the mail today. Huge thanks to PrimeWeld. They are inadvertent sponsors of this video, and as far as I'm concerned, the whole 1000 SP project. But this is their full level or high level plasma cutter in their fleet. All right, so the Cut 60 from PrimeWeld, included in the box. You've got your owner's manual, naturally. We've got our torch and harness. We've got a tip, a couple consumables. We've got our ground cable. Also have a 220 to 110 adapter. The real cool thing about the Cut 60 as well as the Cut 50 is you can run them on 110 power. If your garage, home shop, or wherever isn't wired in for 220 power, you can still operate these machines. Not at their full power, but you can use them. So we got the adapter, got the ground cable. They give you a shield, so at least you can get going if you don't have any eye protection. And PrimeWeld also included their consumable kit, which I'm super grateful for this. I needed to buy a consumable kit for the Cut 50 as well. But this, I think, is about $50 on the PrimeWeld website. Comes with tips and everything you need for the consumables of your torch head. The Cut 60 is internally regulated. This has airflow right on the face with all your other controls and readouts, whereas the Cut 50 has an external air regulator on it. The Cut 50, I'm pretty sure will cut up to 1/2 inch thick steel, which is pretty incredible. I've done 3/8 with it like it was nothing. The Cut 60 will cut up to 7/8 thick steel. That's almost an inch. And you can go down to about 22 gauge sheet metal with this thing. What wasn't in the plan, now that I have the Cut 60 here in the shop with the 50, is to invest in a CNC plasma table. This is something that I've sorely been missing since I moved out of my father's shop, who has a 4x8 foot plasma table. But the Cut 60 comes with a CNC port, which means that this plasma cutter is compatible with a CNC machine. So once again, I just really want to thank PrimeWeld for this opportunity. Super excited to get this thing hooked up and ultimately, hopefully, get a CNC machine to pair with it. I am back home in Chattanooga, Tennessee from the trip to Daytona, Florida for Turkey Rod Run. If you follow me on Instagram, you noticed I had a few Instagram stories of the truck in a parking lot with the driver's side front wheel off. I had a stint from Daytona to St. Augustine, Florida, where my caliper seized up, or it stuck for a while, and it really got hot on that front end. So I pulled into a parking lot before it was seized up and double checked everything, and everything seemed okay. The hose didn't seem to be completely collapsed. The caliper itself didn't seem to have any issues. The stainless steel pins that the caliper slides on may have been the culprit. They were movable. You could twist them. I think it might have just been a freak situation where the caliper got stuck on those pins and it caused a lot of heat up front, to the point where my sticky weights on that wheel were literally falling off one by one after we pulled into the parking lot. I kept an eye on it. I'd stop every few miles for a while to make sure everything was good. I actually pulled those bolts out and sprayed the pins down just to make sure that they would move okay and not be seized up. And other than that, the truck made it home just fine. So did about 10 to 12 hours on the road. We hit Atlanta right at the worst time of day and sat in traffic forever. The OBS got us and the Corvair home without any problems. I think in this episode, we're going to be doing some fun stuff with the EF Civic. So what I didn't even mention on Instagram, let alone here on the YouTube channel, is I came home from Daytona with some wheels for this. And I haven't test fit anything yet, so we're going to do that for the first time here today. But they're a set of wheels that I didn't really know existed, but they're a style of wheel that I've always wanted to run on a car. I am currently working on the Tuner Evolution Miami awards. These are made out of acrylic. You guys may have seen the ones I made for the previous shows here in 2022, but this is what they turn into. This one was for the 1988 to 05 Civics. As you can see, the second 8 didn't engrave the way I needed it to, so this one stayed home. But it's a 4-piece acrylic award. We've got the base, the front, the actual clear section in the middle, and then an acrylic back, which is what I'm cutting here out of solid 6mm black acrylic. And then I sandwich them all together, acrylic weld them together so they're all one piece and not just taped or glued together. They are actually acrylic welded together, so this is one piece now. So this is what I'm making, same colors, same design, but instead of saying Chicago, it'll say Miami. All right, guys, I have finally acquired a set of 3-spoke wheels. These are Enkei 16-inch 3-piece RS3s. I want to thank my buddy Adam Bodie for basically hitting me up that he had these wheels and that he was willing to get rid of them. Adam has a YouTube channel as well. He's down in the Orlando area in Florida, and he had these on his Integra. They're already in 4x100. Actually 8x100 by the way it looks, because these are an 8-lug wheel and they're symmetrical all the way around. They're 16x7 with I think about a plus 35 to 38 offset. So I've done a little bit of poking around online to see if I could find more about these wheels, and there's not a lot of information. I'm not sure when they manufactured these wheels, and they don't have what looks like a typical 4-digit date code stamping anywhere on the wheel. If you look at a lot of vintage wheels, they normally have a 4-digit code, and the first 2 digits are the week of the year and the last 2 digits are the year. These do not have that coding anywhere, but there is a 9-5 and then 3 other digits stamped, letter digits. So I don't know if they're 1995s. They do seem 1990s era. If you know anything about Enkei date coding that I haven't found online yet, definitely leave them in the comments. Would love to know more about when these wheels were made. So I can't wait to test fit them. I'm gonna pull the Civic inside and get them bolted up. I'm praying that they tuck and that I don't have to roll the fenders up front in the Civic. I'd said in a previous episode, that car is in such good condition. I really don't wanna mess with the fenders or the arches. All right, so Adam also included this set of tuner lugs, these lug nuts, mostly because the lug windows of the PCD of the wheels are super small. Like the actual outer bore diameter of the holes themselves are too small for a normal cone seat lug nut to sit in there. I guess these are more of like a ball seat, the factory lug nuts. But even still, your run-of-the-mill conical seat lug nut might not fit in there. And these are super small. And as you can see, that is real tight. About to put some blocks underneath since I don't have tires and set it down and get the moment of truth. All right, so I am way more into this than I thought I was going to be. It's really tough to really dial this in without tires, knowing full well what my range of suspension will look like, and what my wheel fitment will look like against the fenders, and whether or not I'll have full steering and all of that, lock to lock. The color works way better on the car than I thought. At first, I wasn't too thrilled about the color. The fitment really isn't that bad. The rear tucks a little bit, and the front tucks a little bit. And if I've got a small low profile tire, pretty sure I'll be able to have full lock to lock in the front without needing to roll my fenders or remove the plastic inner fender. The LZ Invitational is at the Orlando Speedway in just 2 weeks. And I was talking with my friend Christian Smith about possibly coming down for it. If I put this thing together, it'd be really fun to go on a road trip with this car, about 8 hours each way, and go down for the show and back. I'm not positive yet, but if I were to do it on this setup, I've got to order tires by tomorrow, basically. Well, that's it for this episode. Just a short one. Super excited to get tires in and get this thing down on the rubber on its own weight and kind of finesse all the fine details of the wheel fitment and get it rolling down the road on these 3 spokes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.